What is going on, guys? Welcome back on my YouTube people, back to Fort Missouri Gaming to bring you some more Dragalia Lost content, and we're going to be doing kind of our, in a nutshell, walkthrough guide, what you guys should be doing to tackle on the Kindness and Captivity raid, which has been going on for about 2 to 3 days now. So probably a lot of you guys may have this information already, but for you guys that are still struggling with team builds or how you should approach the event, whether you're doing Expert or EX, that's what we're about to talk about today, and basically what you guys should be doing to take on the event. So first of all, before we get into it, because I don't really want to make a separate video for going over how you get the best drops for emblems, because you got to get bronze, gold, and silver. If you guys are wanting to farm for silver medals, you're going to want to be doing the raid on standard. And if you're wanting the bronze, you're going to be just doing the regular boss battle of the Sentinel on Expert. And then if you guys are wanting gold, obviously you guys are going to be doing Expert and EX. So just so you guys know, you're not going to get any bronze by doing the raid, so you can only get those through Sentinel. And then you only can get, I believe, 3 to 5 silvers per Expert and EX run, where you're going to get 20 to 25, depending if you're hosting or joining rooms. You know, and obviously RNG is a thing as well on standard, and standard costs half the amount of stamina and only costs 2 wings. So you can spam that in standard. Usually you can kill the boss in like 45 seconds. So honestly, the longest wait time is getting people in the room. So my suggestion, which I really want to get on this with some of my Discord peeps as well, is basically, guys, just find 3 friends and you're like, hey guys, we're going to farm this for like an hour or 2 and just keep re-entering the room. That way you guys are not going to have to keep waiting for the rooms to queue, you know, and rotate your stamina and wings and all that good stuff. But anyway, that's how you guys are going to get the rewards. But let's talk about how we're going to, you know, set up your team builds and stuff like that. So first of all, if you guys want to skip over the adventure part real fast, which is probably be about the first 2 to 3 minutes of the video, you guys can also watch the video I did, how do you prepare for this event before the event dropped. Basically the same kind of information. So first of all, Navid, I think that's right. Yeah, Navid, kind of a Middle Eastern guy. Anyway, he is going to probably be one of the best units to bring for this event because he has an on-stack going pump on his second ability that compensates his first ability, which is really, really nice. And then obviously he has a sleep resist of 100%, and he has skill prep and dragon haste. The fact that he has dragon haste makes him really, really good for this event. But this does benefit your whole team, so you could still just bring him on your team, and if you want to say main Ezzelith or Melsa, you can do that as well, but just having him helps out you a lot, because he is a sword unit. You could also bring the main character, Yuden, as well, because he does have Dragon Haste as well, but he's just, this unit obviously is just better than Yuden, because Yuden doesn't have sleep resist, and his skills are way better. So obviously he's probably the #1 pick to bring. Next we hop into Ezzelith, which is probably what you're going to see mostly. Anyone that's summoned on the opening banner of the game probably has her if they spend a decent amount of Wyrmite. I'm one of the unfortunate ones because I got an account that didn't have her, and I decided to skip and wait for the water banners. So I don't have her. I don't have a fire 5-star at all, actually. Obviously she's really, really good because she's got a high DPS. She also has the sleep resist, if we go down, all the way down here, of 100%. She's got a broken punisher, which will help increase your damage. She's got crit rate. It's a different, cause it's good to have a different weapon for every one of your units. That way you are getting all different stat increases, because if you have the same co-ability on 2 units, you do not get to stack it. Otherwise, like, sword units would be really, really OP because of Dragon Haste, I feel. But she's really, really good. She has really good skills. She outputs a ton of damage, a very high DPS unit. So she's definitely a good include on the unit on the game. Good unit to bring on the raid if you guys have her. So definitely bring her if you guys do have her. She's good at iframe dodging with her skills. So very, very good unit. Next we're going to go into Carl. Carl is a really good unit as well. Another sword unit. So I still am getting the Dragon Haste with him, but unfortunately he starts at 5% because he's a 4-star. So that's the unfortunate thing, where the 5 stars without having to use Elder Water are going to have, and I believe they go up to like 15%. if I'm not mistaken. Let's check Navid real fast, just because that's going to trigger me if I'm giving you guys misinformation. Yes, he goes up to 15%. So obviously that's the benefit of having a natural 5-star that you summon as opposed to a natural 4-star. But he has really good skills too. He has HP. If your HP is higher than 70%, he has an additional 8% strength. He does still get that 100% sleep resist. Slayer's strength is not really applicable in this mode, but that is good for other modes in the game. He does a whole team strength buff, which is really good. And then he has a 2x multiplier for Vanishing Flame. But he's just a very good support unit because Soul Ignition is good to have him as one of your AI units so that you can do that. And then as well, you're getting Sleep Resist, so he's not going to be a hindrance on getting put to sleep. And then he's going to give you some Dragon Haste as well. So he's just an amazing AI unit to bring. Probably one of the best AI units to bring, period, for this mission. And then the last unit we're going to get into, these are just the top 4. Now, obviously, you guys can bring Verica's, obviously, you know, if you want some healing, definitely bring Verica. She's probably the best healer in the game. As well as you guys can also bring Vanessa. She's a decent DPS unit. The only reason why they're not at like the super top of the list because they don't have sleep resistance. So keep that in mind, guys. She doesn't have sleep resistance, so that's why you may not want to bring her. So now let's go into Melsa, and she is the featured event unit, and she's actually very, very good. I would say she probably ranks a little higher in usability on the chosen raid for her event than Celery, to be honest. So let's go into her. She's a dagger unit, so a lot of you guys may not want to bring your, her for your co-ability slot if you have Ezreal. Just throwing that out there. But if you don't have Ezreal, then definitely bring her. So her strengths, obviously, Physician's Bane gives Melsa a 20 to 25% damage boost to Physician-type enemies. This includes Basilisks, Raptors, Shrooms, and the Raid Boss Hypno. So obviously she's built to take this guy down, which is really awesome. She has Sleep Resist only up to 50% though, so that is the only... she only has it up to 50%, which is kind of a downside, but you can give her the event Worm Print, which will increase, I believe, your sleep resist up to, I think, 20 or 25%, which I'll go verify that in a second. And then obviously for the dragons overall, Agni's a great bring, Cerberus is a great bring, Pele's still good to bring as well, especially Cerberus, because he gives a 40 to 60% strength increase. And the AoE on Cerberus is just really, really nasty. I feel like she's a faster response time than Agni too. I think she has an overall better stat pool as well. Let's check that real fast before we go back in. So she has a max strength of 127. So she actually has the highest dragon stat strength in the game and 5th overall in HP. So that's really good. And then also reduces strength and defense by 5%. So let's go ahead and look at Agni real fast, just for comparison. Let's see here. What is Agni? And then Agni has... Okay, so they have the same amount of strength. So they actually have the same stat pool. It's just, obviously, the reason why Cerberus is better is because of the status debuffs. So 73%. Probably the output is probably close to the same. But because Cerberus has a debuff, that's why she is better overall. Just so you guys are aware of that. So, so she doesn't have a support skill, so she's best used as your main hitter. So as I was saying, guys, if you guys are maining Navid, or if you're maining Ezreal especially, you're probably not going to want to bring her just because she doesn't give you supports. But she probably has the potential to possibly out-damage Ezreal just because of Physician's Bane. So there is that. So now let's go into her skills real fast. So when you get her to level 3, 20% of 4 strength hits, which is pretty good, and then another damage. So that's again why she's kind of is because she just doesn't do anything support-wise that helps the team, besides deal damage. And so like you guys see here, it's Physician's Bane, 25% more damage to the boss, and she goes up to 50% sleep resist, has a crit rate increase, and the increased crit rate higher, which Flurry Devastation, same thing as Ezreal. So very similar there, guys. So that is going to be that. So those are the adventures to bring. Obviously, the dragons are kind of, that's kind of, common knowledge. Just bring whatever highest strength-based dragons you have. You're going to want strength for this event, more than likely. You can, if you are not set up to do the speed runs for EX and you're just looking to clear it, obviously Phoenix is a rate up of I think her rate's like 10%. So it's like so that's like something like every 5 multis. I would assume you should get her with the pity rate and all that good stuff. You know, guaranteed. I think I pulled 2 phoenixes and like 9 multi summons. So really, really good dragon as well to bring, especially if you are bringing Verica. So, and then we are going to have here the wyrm print. So this is the huge thing that a lot of people have discovered for this event, is to bring dragon haste wyrm prints. So the 3 we're going to go over first is Dragon's Nest. So this is going to be shapeshift prep up to 10%. So that means basically if you have any of these really, it can even be there's a free-to-play one as well, which I'll pull up in a second. But that goes up to 8%. This goes up to 10%. And it's just used so you can simply transform Dragon right away and try to take out the right hand as fast as possible, which we'll go over a little bit later in the video, to basically try to kill the right hand so he can't be doing his AoE attacks that really mess you up and push you back and all that kind of stuff that slows down your run or could possibly cause you to fail. So that is how you guys are going to want to deal with that as far as the wyrm print goes. The 4-star one, if you guys happen to have it, which I do not have it, is going to be the Knight's Countenance, which honestly the other ability doesn't do anything in this mode, so it's really just there because a naturally pulled it just 1 copy is going to give you 8%. If you upgrade it all the way, if you randomly pulled 5 of these, then you're going to have a 10% skill shapeshift prep, which I think those numbers even out the same on the level 3. Yes, so they both go up to 3. So the only difference is this gives you curse resistance up to 25%, which doesn't really matter. So really the 3-star is just as good outside of stat pull. I would assume this has better stats, 151. That's if it's max unbound, and 41 strength, and then 25 and 71. So obviously you guys can see there, that's the difference. And then let's go into our wyrm print real fast one more time just to go into the 3-star one, which is right here, which you guys can get these from gacha pulls only, I believe. I don't think they can drop in normal events, but very easy to max out. And when you max it out, it's going to give you just as much as a base 3-star or 4-star wyrm print. So the only reason why this won't be as good as far as for the shapeshift prep ability is just because if you randomly do get the 3-star gacha or 4-star gacha max unbound. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for that part of how you should build your team. So let's go into how you actually tackle on the event. So I've kind of made this little guide for you guys to take on the EX mode. Expert's pretty easy as long as you guys have at least like 9k might. And you know, most of your units are fire. So first of all, first tip, bring Dragon with Haste Prince, which we've already talked about in the video. That is going to help you guys definitely transform early and to be able to take out the body parts as fast as possible, especially if you have a lot of teammates that have Agni or Service. Next, bring sleep resist fire units. This is probably one of the biggest things, period, and that's why people are leaning on those certain units. And I also believe the new Shinoa also has sleep resistance as well, and she's actually a support unit, so you may want to bring her even over Melsa if you're maining Ezreal or Navid. So keep that in mind as well, guys. So yeah, definitely keep that under your hat so you guys are aware of that. And then next, attack the hand first. So this whole formula for my tips for 3 and 4 basically probably going to be the same. It seems like going forward for all the raids where there's a body part you want to go after first, and then it takes away a lot of the AoE damaging output that the boss is going to deal to you. So that way you guys don't have to deal with getting nuked constantly in the raid. And the hand, which is a lot harder than the tail to target from Ragnarok, the turtle from the last event. So make sure you guys take out the hand first, then go after the wings, and so on and so forth, and go to town. And then the last tip is destroy all the wind orbs. So just like we had the little volcanoes that the turtle had, this for our bird is going to have the wind orbs. So if you take out all of the wind orbs, I think you take something like 200 to 300 damage, depending on your defense on your team, which isn't too bad at all. So definitely, guys, this is what you guys want to be doing as you guys are going to this event and trying to clear EX. You are going to get 100 gold emblems as joining a room on EX. I think hosting you get the same. if I'm not mistaken. I know hosting for standard on silver, and I think gold emblems on expert, you're going to get more. But I think you get about the same whether or not you host or join. And you don't have to use wings to join EX, but it does go away every time you do the raid. Unlike the first raid where you could constantly just keep joining if your EX raid was up, and you didn't lose it from, you know, like your event menu. But now I think once you clear it, you have to re-proc it, which it normally happens between 1 and 3 tries. It went as long as 4, I think, for me, before EX popped up. But honestly, gold emblems are probably going to be the easiest outside of the bronze to get for this event. Silver is going to be what's going to be the grind, and it's just because you're only able to get like 20 per run, and you have to get 1,000 of them. Whereas the other one, you're getting, you know, 5 times that, and you're only having to get 3 times as much. So just mathematically, it's going to be easier to grind gold because of the EX stage. So, but anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the video today. I really appreciate the continued support. Dragalia is bringing to 4 Misery Gaming. So thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. If this guide did help you guys, please do all the YouTube stuff. As always, guys, leave a like, comment down below, share the video with your buds, and we'll see you guys in the next video, and good luck raiding on Hypnos, guys. Peace out.